Morning, Steve Reed in Chicago with morning grain comments. Well, we've got prices a little bit easier overnight. I think there's still some follow-through selling, in part maybe by the funds who might be a little bit concerned about all the Trump buying that happened after the election, and that maybe he may not be able to move as fast on things like stimulus as he was hoping or as the market was hoping. We're also seeing better weather in South America, and as we get closer to their harvest, that could offer some resistance to the marketplace. For the technical side of the market, March corn is hovering right above support around the 355, 357 area. Large supplies offers resistance, but supporting the market is the lack of farmers selling. Wheat prices have dropped down to a support now in the March around 415, resistance at 425. Again, there's too much wheat in the world. But again, at this time of year, we have a tendency to start looking ahead at next year's fundamentals, which could offer some support just on uncertainty of weather. For the soybeans, we've backed down now below the 1025 area. On the March, we've got support at 1020. Also, the resistance is now at 1033, and it seems like we kind of broke down beans on, number one, the Chinese on holiday, so they're not buying as much, and number two, the favorable South American weather. I think that the Chinese will be coming back from holiday, and it's interesting that on a comparative basis, U.S. Gulf prices are competitive for the July-August timeframe versus South America. So what we might see is a little bit of U.S. business that could offer some support. I think in general, when you look at the numbers, the commercials are still bearish beans, but are looking at corn and maybe finding some support on the uncertainty of next year's U.S. crop. The last couple of days I've been at an annual trade council meeting, and there were a lot of very good speakers. The chief economist of Argentina said that they're going to continue to grow production, maybe as much as 30 million tons over the next 10 years. And the question is, where is that grain going to go? The Brazilian Minister of Agriculture was also there. He said they too are going to try to expand production and spend money on infrastructure. So the key there is whether they can stabilize their economies and whether they can be competitive on like a currency standpoint. We also had an ag economist that was bearish grain prices unless there's a weather problem. There was a livestock analyst that looks for higher production here in the United States. Without increased demand, looks for lower prices, and watching very closely any trade issues as far as exports of U.S. meats. The economist there does not think we're going to see the GDP growth in the U.S. that some people are trading, and looks for a lower U.S. dollar. There was a lot of emphasis on Trump and also on the CFTC. The representative from Oklahoma said he's optimistic that Trump can get tax reform. He's also optimistic that they can make some kind of stimulus package, work on Obamacare, and work on Dodd-Frank. All things within a year when the Senate has the ability to pass budget resolutions with 51 votes. After that, they'll need 60 Senate votes to get anything done. So you have a pretty narrow window to get things done. As far as the CFTC is concerned, they hope that the new commissioner will relax some of the issues on rules, surveillance, and also on judgments and enforcements. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. A lot of industry people were hoping for a little bit better atmosphere from the CFTC than what we've seen in the last 4 years. The final thing is that our weather guy put out a report that we might be shifting into El Nino. What that does for the U.S. is it offers us good summer weather. I'm not sure exactly if that's going to happen or not, but there is one weather guy out there that feels that we see some warmness in the Atlantic and the U.S. Southeast, and he thinks that's going to back into the Midwest, so we'd have a warm and dry summer. So we've got two different views as far as weather is concerned. Trump adds uncertainty, Congress adds uncertainty, and maybe weather could add uncertainty, which should give us a pretty good trading market in 2017. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.